big migration. I was 10 years old and I migrated with my family. So, I discovered music. They say young Kev, like maybe 12, 13. First, I remember when I started to listen to my parents' records. I talk about Lionel Richie. There's a gentleman, Kenny Rogers.
Wow.
Oh gosh,
Country vibe.
yeah, man. And then Blind.
Oh, Ray Charles and Stevie.
And then it was the records why they left the house when I went back down to Jamaica when I was 12,
Yeah.
I just rinsed them out. And I don't know why I was so interested in it. It was so soothing to me. I could hear the songs constantly.
Right.
Constantly. So, came up, I started to play around with piano. And I was like, man, I'll stay there for hours.
Wow, just
touching
on them keys, tinkering.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So as far as that goes, down south. I'm a down south guy. You understand
Okay.
I don't know how much we're gonna say, but hey, Salt Ridge.
Right.
That was my high school, Mays Middle School. I don't know if you know Mays Middle School. Back then it was rough,
I'm a North guy. I'm a Coral Springs guy.
Oh, okay. But say Salt Ridge, I was a beat up pound in a football.
That is true.
Yeah, man.
That
the
is true.
Spartans just.
we ain't got. When it comes to the football, we ain't got like that.
Yeah, man. Tear it up. But Coral Springs. Funny enough, man, this is interesting. This going back, but I was in the chorus. I wasn't into sports per se, so I was trying to learn piano, and my chorus teacher took me out of piano and put me into chorus. And I said, "Me teach you on the side. Never teach me on the side." Miss Martin, remember you? Anyway, she never teach me on the side.
She just want you to sing.
Yeah, she just want me to sing. So even that now was self-taught. The piano. I'm just play around with it, tinker with it. But chorus,
right.
They were also a competition in
chorus too.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the rivalry run deep.
Yes.
Yo, when he leave the studio, y'all just look out for him, all right?
Yeah, man.
They're gonna be out there, like, when that cross bring his jersey on.
Right, for real, man.
Jano, it's funny when you think about them something, and it's like you don't know which course and what direction life's gonna take, and sometimes it's somebody push you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of times at the time, the push wasn't fun. So you had no plans, no intention of, being a singer. It was keys that you were interested in.
I was interested in the keys because, I grew up heavily in church. In Jamaica as a Seventh-day Adventist,
Right.
As I mature, those, beliefs take shape to my life, as far as, what makes sense stays and what doesn't fit, I let go.
Right.
But so I, choir, all of this stuff, and then, but I was doing it for church at the time. But then I was like, man, I need to learn to play. Cause I see people that play them spread out them hand on the keyboard, and even the pinky way over there. So, and they play some things. I said, no, man, I want to play just like that.
Yeah.
I very well if just get to that, but it never really pan out for me for really but I can't play still but
right.
Humbly. Right. Everything is just a humble playing because I got more into the voice and right, and then for some reason while I was in school, right, I went to Miami-Dade. There was a doctor there of music, and he snatched me up from the side and said, "Yo, Bridget, here." He said, "Such and such and such," and he gave me a little scholarship for his like an ensemble he had there. And I had a group at the time because I used to be in a singing group called Genuine Soul and Links. It's a whole 8-year thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We have 2 albums out.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And it, a cappella. We were really into the musicality of it. So, so I brought them on and everybody got scholarships. And then I was given an opportunity to conduct his choir and arrange a song that he wanted to make more contemporary.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And I arranged it. And we toured with it around, but it's school kind of circuit. But that, it kind of, now looking back, now that we've opened, now looking back, I realized that gave me a good opportunity and it's, just access to just music on a more, I would say, leadership.
Right.
You know,
right.
just being able to handle a choir,
Right.
handle guys, and you know,
That ain't no easy task.
no, it's not. No, it's not. But I mean, there was something about it I enjoyed. Honestly, I love when it comes together.
Right.
You know, so
Arrangements and all that.
yeah, the arrangements, and then sometimes you have to kind of, based upon the ability of those you're working with, you know, there's a way to, you know, construct the arrangement to fit the ability and still not lose the
Right.
oomph. And you know, it was a nice time for me, man. So that was
The good days.
so pre-Kev, you're saying, right? Because Kev is a different kind of construct, you know.
Right,
So
right.
out of all of this, me and my guys, we went on the road, tried to, we were pursuing what I would say the musician dream. So, you know, work, all that stuff didn't bother us. We didn't really care about that. And a gentleman saw us from Maryland and took interest and moved us up to Maryland. We didn't have to worry about anything for a while, and we had a studio in the home, and we brought our own equipment, and we just started to write, do a lot of stuff. And I mean, I was at it. We were at it, writing every day, just, you know, working towards it. You see what I'm saying? For 2 years, and that's where those albums really kind of emerged from. But we weren't used to the changing world, bro, because things were changing constantly.
Yeah. What year we're talking about?
2003.
Wow.
2002.
Right.
And by that time, I've already done like maybe 5-6 years with a group type of thing. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So we were deep. That was a 4-part, and you know, you know. So when I found myself in Maryland after 2 years, you know, it didn't pan out 100%. So
Right.
one member, you know, decided to, this is the end of the rope for me because
Right.
life calls you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
you gotta answer.
Yeah, with youth, there is a level of mercy that God gives you. The universe gives you this mercy, this time. You know what I'm saying? But after that, then, you know,
Right,
pulls you. So we had to make some decisions. So I decided to go to New York with my homeboys. So we revamped the group, changed names, and we started to change the way we sing, so forth and so on. But life kept on going. So one of the biggest things that happened in my life was it was my mother. Two things she told me. She was like, hey, you know, I called her, like, you know, after a while, you know, I was like, yo, Mom, this is not what I thought life would be.
Right,
I was like, I'm supposed to be a millionaire right now. I'm supposed to be sitting on, you know.
According to MTV Behind the Music.
You feel me?
You know?
I was supposed to be
With Devontae and
you know
him.
what I'm saying? Lit. I was supposed to be lit. And by the way, what I was doing was R&B, pop,
Right.
so forth. You know what I mean? I was not doing reggae music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll get into that a little bit later.
Right,
but I
right.
was not doing like, you know what I mean? So I was like, Mom, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? And I kind of had a shift. And then, you know, she was like, listen, you know, you have more than one talent. And she said, so you have to make yourself marketable.
Right.
And I was like, huh? And I mean, I should have like, you know, just develop everything.
Right.
Don't just sit on look upon one thing, you know.
Right.
You have a brain, you have you know, so develop yourself. So I started to think a little different after that. It was an interesting conversation, honestly. So unfortunately, after that, like shortly after that, when I was, you know, kind of putting it all together, she got sick.
Right.
So I've always seen music as something, it's like a therapy, you know. So usually when I write, I'm very careful with my words because I believe once someone is in a space listening, it's gonna sink.
Right.
You know? So she got sick, and I was like, man, I want to go home and maybe try to see what I can do. So
you were still in New York at this time?
I was still in New York. Yeah, man. So I decided to go back to school at that point, go down. I was still doing music constantly, but I went into the medical field, you know, because to me it was very close to music because it was therapeutic, it was helping people, and it was just a part of my natural being. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I went back to be a nurse.
Right.
And eventually, man, in the middle of my nursing school, moms didn't make it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so every now and then, she'll give me a little inspiration to write songs, sad songs, you know what I mean? But I believe that's the key to, having these kind of talents, you know what I mean? Because it's not only about me. I could write a song and, someone who doesn't have the words to say it, or, you know what I mean? Just can't put themselves in that space to say exactly how they feel. I believe that
You're speaking on behalf of many.
Yeah.
How much when you're doing that, and just based on you talking about the lyrics and all that stuff, I guess it's our responsibility. When especially when it comes to reggae music and stuff like that, a lot of our artists shy away from the responsibility, but you own that.
Yes. I believe it's important, because look, we only have this one life, and losing my mom and different things happening makes me realize that you can't plan for life like that, because you never know you never know,
You don't.
You never know. So for me, I definitely do believe in that response. Even when you could talk about everything, it's not that you don't touch this, don't touch that, but it's just how. And I can't. And I even talked to my dad about this. He said that everything is necessary in this world. So, if everything was, quote unquote good, this will be a sterile community. Things won't thrive because we live in a push and pull, an ebb and flow of life. So only thing you could do is just be yourself.
Right.
So over time, I've tried to maybe, because sometimes in the music, it's just something I have a ray. Yeah. And I said, blood, fire.
Jump on that. You're good. You're good. You're good. We straight.
We're good? All right. May I look around for the bleeps?
The FCC, nah, we straight.
So you say, want to jump on that, but then it doesn't feel right in my system, in my core, just to try. So what I do, I speak about things anyway, but, I put a twist on it that feels comfortable for me.
Make it palatable for the masses too.
Right. Also, I believe, and my fans. Honestly, the fans that I've had, man, they're remarkable in the sense that they've always been supportive. And I don't even look at numbers per se. I don't know who or what everyone. I don't. But I must say that I checked. They're still playing my music and so forth, and it's encouraging that the music made impact in a way that I would have loved for it to do it, and whatever scale, I'm letting all of that go. And that's what I've learned, man. Just do what you're supposed to do.
You're on a mission.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that because a lot of times we are on these missions, and I discovered this when it's funny what loss will do. You talk about loss of mom, rest in peace, because I lost my mom too. I don't know how heavy that is, but it's funny what loss does for us because it's when I lost my brother, I realized exactly what you're saying, that there's missions out there, and we're on different missions.
Absolutely.
There's a period of time when I'm going this way, and sometimes they'll be like, why don't you go that way? And I could see he tried to. But he didn't want to, and it just wasn't for him. He was doing his thing, being responsible for what he does, but again, can't walk down the same path. And it wasn't until I lost him and I realized, what? We were on two different missions. And sometimes we aren't the one that orchestrate the genesis of that mission. You know what I mean? We just have to walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just gotta walk.
Just gotta walk.
We just gotta walk. That's where we end up. You know what I mean?
For real.
But ladies and gentlemen, I'm chopping it up right now with Kehv, and again, the Homegrown G live acoustic series. So Cheryl said, "Hey Kehv." Julianne said, "Hey Kehv."
Yo.
So she was listening to some Lionel. You were talking about Lionel Richie and Kenny. She said she was listening to some Lionel Richie and some Kenny Rogers today. Lazy man. Oh my bad, the camera's still rolling. Joe, what up? Well, go on.
Man.
But nah. I think I met you first around 06.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
05, 06. Yeah. Most times down in Miami, we're doing gigs and stuff like that.
Right.
And the band just crossing paths.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And your stuff always stood out because Yardman, of course, people like, once you come across a Yardman, the first thing you expect is a straight reggae.
Yeah.
And of course, I was introduced to your music, reggae music.
Right.
But of course, there was something different.
Yeah.
We can always call it the R&B
element
of it, but to me, I call it being somebody from Jamaica, soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about soul like this. I'm talking about like what we call soul's music. You know what I mean? Country be like, yeah, soul's
music.
You know what I'm saying? It was something about it that was just extra smooth. The smooth was a little extra smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The butter was a little extra butter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was, you were distinct. You know, if you hear a Kev, you're not gonna assume it was somebody else. Was there, is it just, and I always wonder this when it comes to artists, musicians, was it just the elements of you coming here young, being exposed to certain type of music, and then it comes over? Or did you make a concerted effort to formulate a certain sound, especially when you embarked on the reggae journey?
Okay. Well, you know, it's all of those seasonings. It's all of those seasonings. I believe that I needed to be honest with the listeners as far as what I grew up on and who I am, you know.
Right.
And I'm really not like a rah cha cha to where I'm gonna be singing, because it's not gonna even feel authentic.
Right.
And there's something about music, the vibrations of it it'll call you out.
Right.
It'll call you out, especially if you're gonna be dabbling in reggae too. You know, it'll call you out like you won't. It just won't vibe. I don't know.
I feel you.
Yeah, you know.
And we full of purists, so the purists will call you out too.
Right. Yeah. So for me, you know, although I was growing my locks at the time, and everything like that. I mean, you know, all right, my brother's the one that inspired me at first to grow his lock. He never even finished growing locks. I mean,
You'll finish it for you.
Yeah, me finish. Cause my brother was, you know, good friends with a few people, you know what I'm saying, Rastas and so forth. And, you know, they, as a crew, he started to grow his locks. I'm going to say, blood, fire, that look nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to get mine twisted. I'm going to keep getting twisted, I grow my hair, and then just cut it down. I'm about to do that, you know.
Yeah.
I just kept it growing, you know.
Yeah.
So over time, then when I crossed over to, what brought me into reggae, you know, there was a, 2005, there was a reggae song competition in Sistrunk. And, you know, at first I was calling myself Kehv because I was still a part of a group.
Right.
I was like, and then for some reason I have a allegiance thing. When I'm doing one thing, it's like I try not to even bother to venture too far.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just put Kehv.
Right.
That's what I'm calling him. Kevin. That's what I'm calling him in Jamaica. You
Right.
know, pet name, different name. You know?
And you said, somebody said, where you got that name from?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and so look, so I started. I went as a and this is during the time when I was back and forth with my mom. You know, she was a little sick and so forth. And at first I was spelling it Kev, you know, just Kev. And then that's when the people started to hear me, and I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I wrote a song called Masquerade. You know, me and a brethren of mine, Dean. So, and I just played what I felt should play, and I just sang it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's reminiscent of you know. Barris Hammond and different people, because I was pulling from that, you know.
Right.
So I just wrote that song in a, you know,
No, it's your world.
yeah,
It's your world.
You know, living in times I can't cover it with makeup, right? People lost and confused, they gotta wake up. Families are falling out of line. Poverty risen, youths are getting older, feeling like the whole world is on your shoulders. Should never let your problems get you down. The devils are walking on the streets like it's a masquerade. Just tell us where to turn before the fire burns. Yeah, if you're not careful on the streets, you won't see another day. Lessons to be learned, more left to unlearn. Yeah. And when the time runs out, yeah, we be looking for peace and we don't know how. Yeah. And when the trumpets sound, ooh, we'll be free at last. It goes like that. Na na na, la 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 la. Yeah. We be looking for peace and we don't know how. So I did that song, you know.
Yeah.
I wrote it on thing with my Adrian. We were, you know, studio and I did it, and the inspiration was that things were just. and it looks like it's a long time song because I feel like it still can apply today.
Right.
Devils are
It
walking on the
does.
street like it's a masquerade because, then you have friends who are not friends. Then you have, leaders who are not leaders. Then you have, and then you got to question yourself, which side are you on in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So I'm more left to be learned and unlearned, So it's just kind of one of those things. But that song, I'm second place. Got it. But I wasn't even trying to win.
Right.
In all honesty, my heart was not in the competition.
Right.
Because my mind was on my family, my mind was on, But I did it because I wanted to keep busy.
Right.
But that's where Kev came from, Kev. No, I don't know if you know about Yabreeze. Yabreeze. So I used to go back and forth with Yabreeze, do little things here and there. I made him a talk on there and he said, boy, Kev, said, I don't like the way you spell the name, I would say,
our people honest to a fault, and they can't even find a smooth way to tell you the thing.
I said, boy, cause you have a little thing, you're more artistic than that, Bridget. Try it tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, you see that?
Right out of the blue,
because I was working on some songs with him too.
Right.
So he was like, "Yo, just try it tonight." I saw we're going to do it. I'm gonna say, "Well, all right."
Right.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna like it, Cause it look obstructive. It look,
It's so true. and the thing is this, you ain't gonna have no confusions on iTunes.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, man. Yes. And I tell him, give thanks for at least taking the time to pay attention to the name because there's something about, when people give you the time, I like that,
Yeah.
But yeah, so from then on, it was Kehv. So even when I say it now, I always have to say Kehv sometime. My brother, Pablo P. From Hardcore, when him call my name, I play the music. This is Kev, Kehv.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Pablo. I just looked over on the screen right about now. Who that me say? Pablo. Cool man. Large.
Hardcore movement, no, back in that Pablo P, the crew.
Trust me. It's great to have. It's great. That's one thing that people don't realize how important it is in life in general, but especially in music. That like a support.
Yeah, man.
It don't matter how strong, if a one person. That's supporting there.
That support, yo, man.
Bruh, trust me.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Kev. Wagwan, Pablo. Donovan, what's going on, man? What's going on? There's a lot of folks on here. When like I said, when it comes to Euro music and just thinking about the stuff I heard, I remember getting Simply Kev.
Yes.
And Smooth Like Butter. The first track on it though was I think it rolled out right reggae. I think the first track on it.
Wait. I think
Caribbean Soldier.
Yeah, this was I'm a rebel. Yeah, that one. Soul rebel. Yeah. I'm a conqueror. Caribbean soldier. 'Cause I've lost everything. And even though I survived, things are not still the same. No. So I picked up the pieces of whatever was left. My destiny, I can't forget, is my life. My life, 'cause I'm a rebel. Soul rebel. You know that song,
Yeah.
I'm a conqueror. Oh, you know what? Yeah, pull it out.
That was my joint. I just say, that's my tune.
You know, that tune there? Boy, I tell you.
That's my joint.
Yeah.
That's my joint.
Yeah, but that tune there, it's reminiscent of obviously Bob Marley and stuff like that. But the thing about it, is that what inspired me for that tune, was the fact that I was leaving everything behind, all of the stuff that I was doing with the group and everything, because I felt like everything burned down, so that's why I was saying I'm picking up the pieces of whatever was left. My destiny, I can't regret is my life type of thing. I can't forget what I need to do.
Right.
I'm a rebel, soul rebel,
Wow.
So it was a meditation in myself just to kind of reaffirm my new direction,
Right.
But it vibey,
That was my joint.
It vibey, Bridget.
I tell you. Especially track one. When you get the album and you put it in.
Yeah.
People don't realize how important track one is.
Oh wow.
Track one. Think about it.
Wow.
Track one determines how you feel about track 11. It's like this. I tell people this all the time, right?
Wow.
I used to work in the travel industry, right?
Yeah, good.
So it's one of them scenarios where in the travel industry, I used to tell people, say, your vacation is made or broken before you get there, right? So if you have a travel agent, if you have a cruise line, it's not that. I have a cruise line or whatever the case may be, the interaction you have with the person who's planning that stuff for you is going to determine how it go. Is it you leave your house, bags packed, feeling already, I'm good, I'm ready for vacation, are you done vex already? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what?
Certain things that went wrong, you know what I mean? So you're up on a vacation and instead of enjoy yourself, the little misery from 2 weeks ago when you were planning it's track one. So track one to me is very, very important. It's not about, is it the biggest single? Is it the radio single? There's just something about track one. And when we put that thing in and that was track one, I was good. You know what I mean?
Yo, enough respect, bro.
I'm good. Let's do this.
Yo, enough respect, Haya.
You talk about starting out, wanting to do the piano.
Yes, yes.
Most musicians I know right now who are deep in their instrument, when I have a conversation with it, it wasn't the instrument they started with. You know what I mean?
Word.
How'd your relationship with this guitar come together? Because like you say, you start out keys, chords,
right,
all that.
right.
How'd your relationship with this guitar come about?
But I saw it as I was in a mindset of future proofing my musical skills. It was hard for me to strap a piano on my back.
Right.
And I was going to the Big Apple because I couldn't play it really well when I left with my group. I couldn't play it. I just kind of, like I said, I use it for songwriting mostly. So that's why, like me, a producer would send me something usually. I try to play it on the keys so I could have it stripped down, so I could hear the intricacies of what was there, and then I start writing. That's part of my process. So over time, though, I couldn't find no piano anywhere. And sometimes as an artist, more for chuck off to the beach or you understand me? I said, and then when I was in New York, you go up on the subway, because there was something so intriguing about the subway, although know what I'm saying, the subway, them dirty and all of them things are massive. But there's something at that time for me that it was rustic, and there's a lot of stories there. Why somebody put this there, that there, and I don't know. It's just something about that. I wanted that. I coveted that. I coveted the ability to always be able to put on a show no matter where I am. So in the moment. So I just turned it into something. I used to walk it with it on my back. Couldn't play it that much. But I just walked with it on my back because that's what I wanted in my life, So
you were manifesting that?
I was manifesting that.
Wow.
And so over time, because, even though sometimes my hand hurt me, might play something off or something, because like I said, this is it's just a moment that's moving with me. And then I just, I noticed that love has a way to make things happen. So over time, my finger them stop hurt. Right. Come out as I touch up the,
Right. It's like, all right, we got a thing going on now.
Right. And so bam, and then and then for some reason though, it has become one of those things that now I'm slowly trying to maybe even push it back a little bit so I can stress myself in other areas just to grow, just make myself uncomfortable, because it became comfortable now. Not that but it became comfortable a little bit. And trust me, it's still self-taughtism going on. So now, might know 2-3 cards and make it work all over the place. Right.
I love that. I love that. You got to do you. You got to turn water into wine, for lack of a better word.
We have an alchemy,
Jano. It's funny, you talk about even trying to learn this guitar, walking with this guitar on your back, not even able to play it. It's so metaphorical to me right now, because it's just life that is just putting whatever you want on your back and just going with it until it works. You know what I mean?
True.
I hear you are doing this thing.
Yeah.
Jano.
So I saw she come up, you know, the
Yeah.
guitar. But, you know.
Yes, and you guys been good. You're still in
Yeah,
love.
I love her, man. Because, yo, sometimes I take vacation, I'm going to Jamaica. Me carry it, you know.
Yeah.
Me carry it. Because, man, I tell you, like, you sit down and you know, look on the ocean, and your mind slowly let go of everything.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Me can't just play a rhythm and sing, or play a rhythm and try to write something.
Right.
But to me, it needs something organic at that point. You know, for just touch the air, the sun, you know what I said?
Right.
It's feel good, man. So yeah, man, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell. And as I'm talking to you right now, a lot of stuff been explained musically to me because there's this even a rhythm that you're on. A couple of people, a compilation, you had a tune on it too. But there's something about your music that even when it's a rhythm, because when you get a rhythm, you know, it's already constructed.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to work in the confines of that rhythm there.
True.
And a lot of times, if you're not musically inclined, you end up down one road. You gravitate to either the melody, the bass, whatever the case may be. But like you said earlier, you're on the keys or on the guitar, stripping it down.
Right.
So that to myself is almost like no matter how congested the process is, you take it to an organic place. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, that's important to me. Because it has to feel, you know? Feel, and then, because, you know, sometimes you're right. Rhythms will want to lead you.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with the leading sometimes if I just want to do it like that. But, you know, there's an underlying melody.
Right.
And, you know, what is it? And what is it saying? How does it feel? What is it asking for? And, you know, I try that. And then the process is, boy, I might tell it. But I like it. I really do like it because it challenges you, but it also builds you.
Man.
I'm good with that.
I dig that. We talk about Simply Kev, right?
All right.
Because again, that was my joint.
All right, no,
That
I'm
was
a
my
little
joint.
yeah, what? All
Yeah,
right.
that was a joint.
Yo.
When you drop the album there,
because
you know, putting out albums, especially in a soul flow and without a machine behind you and all them things there,
man.
you know, it's a grind. It's a grueling grind. But your people who get it and I digest it, if them love you, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about when you released the album. What was the response like from the masses around town?
Okay. Wow. All right. Let me open up this, this box.
The vault.
Yeah. So when I released this album, you know, number one, I finished it off. You know, I'm going to shout out my agent, Dean Thomas. You know, Little House. Music production, everything like that. You know, I brought it to him. We grew up together and everything like that. You know, and we still working together now. We figuring out music together. You know,
Right.
And we talk on a high level. So I said, "Yo, Bridget, I want to finish the album here." So I tried to compile as much stuff as I could over the years that I was doing on the side, and we mashed it out in about a week and a half.
The whole thing?
Where we completed it, like go through tracks and you
Right,
know what I'm saying.
right,
But I was there late. I was, you know,
You were
what I'm
living
saying?
it.
I was living it. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing I realized. And I think we touched on it. Music is like when she wants to dance with you, you gotta dance.
Yeah, you gotta
and
boogie.
so, but I love the fact that he believed so much in what was going on with the vision. We locked in. And then the thing is that I naturally didn't do reggae like a reggae singer.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's other singers that I believe I could liken myself to. Ellis.
Christopher?
Alton,
the OG?
yeah, OG.
Alton Ellis, right.
Yeah,
Father.
different.
Yeah.
Lovers Rock look like I lean towards Lovers Rock a bit with my style, you know? But I'm still trying to figure it out because, you know, being young in the game, there's a lot of monsters that went before me.
Yeah.
And I'm still studying those monsters because, you know, little hints they drop, and if you don't open your eyes and ears and listen, you won't catch it.
Right.
So as I'm developing and learning myself, you know, I'm moving along. So I brought hip hop, I brought R&B, and I brought reggae to it.
Right.
And I got a lot of good reviews, but then we have the purists. You know, there were a lot of purists at the time, philosophically in music,
Right.
that told me that I was blasphemous for mixing those elements together. Like,
Right.
what are you doing? You know, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's not reggae.
Right.
And, you know,
You know what
yeah.
they do. You know how they do.
So I even went to Jamaica.
Right.
Like, really went to Jamaica, and I was going around doing small tours here and there, and you know, I noticed like the younger crowd could understand the take. The older crowd was like,
Hesitant.
I'm not sure about you, son.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you yet. I'm just not sure about
Right.
you. You know? And usually they have the keys to certain doors. So
The gatekeepers, if you will.
sir. But you know, the response was like, but then, you know, that's why I say I love my fans, because people like, you know, you told me you rock with it, definitely, you know. My crowd was in the D.C., down here definitely, but D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, you know, a piece of New York, they loved it. England, love it, like Distant Lover.
Right.
That song, it's still playing a lot in like England. I look at the, you know.
Well, that's a lovers rock.
Yeah.
Lovers
You see what
rock
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the respond to it, I really started to get a lot of response from even Europe. So I took it to Germany for a minute, and then I went off to Belgium area, and I did a little bit of tours around that area and people love it. They feel the reggae in it, you know, but they understand that there's a different brew of it, you know. So it tested me as a artist individual, because I'd love to be accepted. Who doesn't? You know. So I questioned myself a lot as far as
based on the responses
yes,
you were.
yeah, especially, you know, my artistic direction and so forth. So I mean, I even you know, there's a lot of backstepping that happened because of not back out. I remember, man, one of the biggest lessons I've learned. I'm just talking, by the way.
Yo,
Just
it's
hollering at you guys.
the
You know?
acoustic session. We getting into everything.
You know, a very important lesson that I learned was when I was doing the Marley Fest that they usually have here. I was opening up, you know, so, and I was building a band together, and I was working with an individual at the time. They did not like my band. So some ill seeds were sown, you know, behind my back. I'm trying to like kind of focus on this, but then I realized that, man, I gotta do that, and then something happened. I mean, I'm not talking ill about anyone per se. I just want to say that, you know, when you mix water and oil, sometimes they don't come together. You can't. So especially when they're in their element, they're gonna separate. One is, you know, anyway. So it just, and I started to realize, we went on stage and it was with a last minute band. You understand what I'm saying? And then I was like, man, you know what? You know, it's important to, no matter what you're doing, that one accord is happening. Yeah, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and that's the truth of the matter.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. So it really taught me now, and I didn't really care anymore at that point whether or not people vibed with the music 100%. Who didn't like it, they just weren't gonna like it. You know, and I'm still growing. I know
everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, right. It ain't. And it took me a while to really settle with that, because that also came with, self-care. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, you kind of put yourself out there for a non-receiving. Right. So it's kind of, that's how I started to see it, and said, you know, man, start to take care of yourself. You don't have nothing to prove, you know what I'm saying? You got a talent, you're using it to the best you can. Just keep going. And that's kind of what has kept me in the business, in the business of just making music and just keep going, because I know that there's a higher, bigger purpose. And, you know, one saying I've seen that is very cool is that, you know, a good man will plant a tree, right? And he may never even share the shade, like be under the shade, like, you know, Bob Marley, you know, and plant a seed, you know. But he's not here to really see the fullness of what happened. And different people have come along, but they just did what they had to do. It's a part of the process. So I realized that, in a way, I cannot be selfish. I should not be selfish. I can be. People can be. We all can do anything we want to do.
Sometimes we should.
Yeah.
But I feel I feel you.
We can. So I realized that with music, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the people.
Yeah.
And, you know, if my take or my inclination to take it a certain way, I start to leave that and try to only give people what they're already getting. I believe that I'm no longer, my taste will be diluted. So I try my best to be as authentic as I can. Right. Not trying to be different, but just trying to be myself.
Try to be you.
Yeah, as much as I can, you know?
I love that. In a world where the purists are, you know, it's funny, as I have these conversations, I have my own experience. I'm telling you something, reggae, I'm sure it happens on a genre, but reggae is the field on which the purists play. You know what I mean? The purists hang out in the field of reggae music, and they always got something to say.
Yeah, man.
And they're also, it's funny, I always tell the masters this, don't get caught up sometimes in what the purists say or what anybody says for that matter. It's not that you're above taking, you know, constructive criticism, right. But the truth is that chorus, they're not normally a consuming audience anyway. You see, this is my mindset. Here's how I feel about music. You see, if you're buying me album and you rip it to shreds and tell me you don't feel it, we can rock.
We can rock.
But how you telling me, and you ain't even buy the album?
You're not even supporting me.
You don't support me. So right about now, I feel like you've unearned the right to say jack. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But that's just me.
Facts.
The views expressed by G. Cole does not represent those of Kehv. Don't hold it against him. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I just, it is what it is.
Man. Yeah, I like that.
It's funny. My 2 albums, people don't see it, but I see it as they're the same album in a different time. Format, structure, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Dragonfly. Right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Track 1 set me up for the album too. Like I said, the importance of track. Yeah. My 2 favorite songs on that album, track 1, don't remember the name of it, and Jordan.
Know
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Those are my two favorites on that. Okay. But it was the same thing where track 1 got me, and I tell people I don't know if you set out to do this, if it's intentional. But the truth is this. Make sure it's a track 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we have a tendency to try to do the build up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm gonna start on the first floor. I'm gonna work my way up. Nah. Give me the penthouse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I love the whole project. But it took me on the same vein in terms of track 1. I'm like, fire. Fire.
Yeah, give it time. The track 1 is the title song. Now, I would play it. I would, but I feel like playing Jordan.
That's my joint. As a matter of fact, you know what? It is the acoustic series. I'm just warming them up.
Yes.
But here's the thing. It's your stage.
Okay.
And right now, I think it's time you get the people them because they're sitting there, like me tell them, tolerate me enough.
Okay.
J. Cole, you know what I mean? They want Kehv. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, the talented, right? Singer, songwriter, musician, Kehv is in the building. It is the live acoustic series. And again, I'm a re-ear for those folks, with internet buffering and all them things, because I see it on my end. But guess what? We got you covered. YouTube, all those places. And I got to big up those people listening on radio right about. And a lot of people are hitting me up saying, yo, I'm listening in. It's dope. But Kehv is here. It's concert time. All right? So I'm going to sit back and enjoy like y'all, not be too selfish. But you only can't selfish. So someone wants to see the show, brother wants to see the show too. You know what I mean? Kehv, your word.
Yeah, man. Greetings. Yes, sir. All right, so this is the Jordan song, right? See something. We got many more rivers to cross before we reach Jordan. Jah, forgive my past. I beg your pardon. Give me pardon for all the mistakes I've made. Your mercy is new every day. So I'm giving my thanks and praise before, yeah. Build it up now. Blessings are full up in the cup now. So and nothing short grow. Sometimes I feel away, working all night. Nobody feel my pain, my struggle, my strife. But every man got his own cross to bear. Early morning, careful who you let walk in. Protect your mind, guide your heart for the journey in. Got many more rivers to cross before we reach Jordan. Jordan, Jah forgive my past. I beg your pardon, give me pardon for all the mistakes I've made. Your mercy is new every day, so I'm giving my thanks and praise before you take my breath away. So much struggles in the streets, yeah. Separation from the tares and the weed, yeah. Discrimination for the roles I've played. My age, my skin, my race. Some can't look at my face, so quick to pass judge. We got many more rivers to cross, yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Beg your pardon, give me pardon for all the mistakes I've made. Your mercy is new every day, so I'm giving my thanks and praise before you take my breath away. Breath away, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Before you take my breath away, oh, I'm giving my thanks and praise before you take my breath away. Breath away. Give thanks, you know.
That's my tune. That's
Yeah,
my
man,
tune.
yo.
That's my tune.
Flap, flap.
John, no, I'm gonna say I'm gonna sit back like them. They always are soaking the thing. I'm gonna get none. I'm getting a concert today.
Yeah.
Bump all y'all.
All
Do your
right.
thing.
Yeah, man. All right, so yeah, man, that was Jordan. It's off the latest album, Dragonfly, Journey of a Dragonfly. I'm just gonna take a quick trip back to Simply Kehv, you know. I miss say no, this a Rasta man, you know. I miss say no, cause Africans were born to be free. Yes, yeah. Though they try their best to conquer, I will survive as just my anchor. Forevermore I will grow stronger. I can't give up the fight. We're living in perilous times, cause everything, my friend, has its place and season. The preacher man can't lead cause I'm blind, saying peace when there's no peace. We've got confusion and destruction, living in a Babylon system. What we need is a revolution, love, starting from deep within. So me say no, this a Rasta man, ya nambo. I me say no, cause Africans were born to be free, yeah. Though they try, oh no, I will survive somehow, yeah. Though they try their best to conquer, I will survive with just my anchor. Forevermore I will grow stronger. Can't give up the fight, yeah. Yeah, man. What a mercy. Man, that's like an intro vibe. I love that song though.
Jono,
you know.
Jono. Ain't nothing like acoustic vibes, you know.
Yeah, man. It you know, coming like incense. You know, like
Slow burn.
Yeah,
slow burn.
Like I burn some incense. You know, it's just a flow. You know, like that.
Jono.
Hey. All right.
It's your world.
It's my world. It's my world.
Your world.
All right. So there's a particular song. This song, Johnny. It's called Never Too Far, it was released, but not in this version. You know, it was a producer guy heard it and said, "Yo, I want to produce a song that we, I said, all right, and we worked. But when I worked the artist end, so he controlled a lot of the musical decisions. You know, I played the guitar, the bass, or whatnot, but I never really released it to a wide audience. I'm not quite sure how it did. I tried to push it, such and such, but this song is kind of like a sleeper, I would say. But this song it has a sentimental, sentimental to me. I hope you guys could vibe it. It's called Johnny, Never Too Far. Let me see if I could figure it out here. Let me say, right song, that's it, Listen up. Johnny was a good man, as far as we all could see. He got caught up with the wrong crowd, never finished his college degree. Yeah. Got stuck in a little old town, working from 9 to 5. He was fed up with himself, started breaking down inside, saying, Mama, don't worry about me, everything's gonna be okay. I'm digging to find us some gold, some paper from around the way. 'Cause freedom ain't never too far from here. Sometimes these ups and downs make you wanna give up, Oh, 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 yeah. You got to wake up. Don't let them change your mind. Don't get caught up, no, son. In the lies of Babylon, you've got to get over just to save your soul. Gotta get over, son, just to save your soul. Mama, don't worry about me, everything's gonna be okay. I'm digging to find us some gold, some paper from around the way. 'Cause freedom ain't never too far from here. Sometimes these ups and downs, don't wanna give up, whoa, 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 make you wanna give up. Don't worry about me, everything's gonna be okay. I'm digging to find us some gold, some paper from around the way. 'Cause freedom ain't never too far from here. Sometimes these ups and downs, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mad.
Yeah, man.
Camille said, I like it. It's got a country feel.
Yeah, it's a different kind of thing. But that's the thing. I really believe in growth of individuals and music and everything. And I find myself dabbling in a lot of different things as far as music goes. And because these are influences, I didn't know how the song, but I like to write songs, I didn't know when you produce a song now, that's when you decide the language in which you interpret it and you bring it. So you can have a reggae version, you can have a this version, but I see myself more as a poet. I didn't know I was going to be one, like a songwriter per se, but I find that when I was younger, I was real quiet too. In a sense, shy. I'm still shy. I'm a shy guy.
Right. That's my story.
Yeah,
I'm sticking to it.
I'm a shy guy, but life has it that you get challenged, and I find that I grow more the more I step out of my comfort zone. Mm-hmm. So if I could just be just away and not do this, and still write and so forth, it'd be cool. But there's something else that I just have to continue to present myself. So like I was leading to say, kind of going back, when you talk about Simple Kev and, what were the influences and so forth, I believe that my intention, honestly, if I could say musically, was to bridge a gap, I believe, that was there in music, musically. I was just hoping. I mean, I'm pretty sure other artists are doing this, but my musical intention was to show relationship between genres. Right. Because I don't like segregation. I'm not a big segregation fan. Right. I really don't like it.
In any form.
Right. And so I felt like just knowing my curiosity as a musician, I felt imprisoned by these walls of music. And I decided that, I'm not going to try to be a part of that dialogue. Right. So it's a harder road, I would say, definitely. I mean, Simply Kev was a nice album. Now, Journey of a Dragonfly came out, has a different little vibe here and there. And honestly, there's so much more coming. Mm-hmm. Like, I have so much more music that I haven't, because I took some time in the back for family, for gathering myself, and for self-care. Right. I've had times in my career where I've made decisions that were not serving of the vessel. Right. And, lesson learned, so forth and so on. So, hey, I'm still here, so I'm still moving forward and still doing it. But, music, I don't believe in these shackles. I don't believe in these chains. I believe that, just Jamaicans alone, we are international citizens. Right. Just out of many, we are one. Yep. If we try, not even try, but once I really looked at that, that's really saying that we are really versed in a lot of things. Look at the kind of music that we listen to. Reggae came from Jamaica per se, have an African root in a sense, and ska and slow it down, and there's so much different things. But then there's so many other things that's in it. R&B is in there. So many soul, all that stuff is in. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely believe that we do ourselves a disservice, and this is just my opinion. Musically, when we put too many barriers, because sometimes then we have, I'm going to say this carefully, then we'll have other cultures that will come in to our reggae music, and they push it, infused with their own lifestyle and culture, and they are still seen as reggae, and they make history and different things like that, and it's accepted. So, I believe it's a self-proclaimed prison that we really need to open our minds up and really just release ourselves, because the shackles, man, the colonial shackles that's been placed upon us is deep. It's deep, and it stops us musically because we feel like we only could play in this area. Right. It stops us, religiously. We feel like we only could, believe in this way. Stop us, professionally, that only these type of things we can do. What I'm talking about when I said we think, when I say we, is that it's just the group think. Right. The group think, and also the propaganda that's being pushed. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Upon us. Heavily. You see what I'm saying? So there is, if I could represent, even for the little youths here and there, that, I'm saying, reggae song look different, and I not really I reggae that, but I like it, I feel like doing this, and it kind of inspires a movement that is just not, because we haven't seen the best of us yet. Yeah. And if we keep wanting to see the same story, we're never going to grow. Yeah. We're never going to grow. And that's what I feel about myself. If I continue to do the same things, I'll never, if it comes out sounding the same, so be it. Right. But I will always try to push myself to try new things, because, that's the curiosity of an artist, and I have to live out this artist life adjacent to real life. You know what I mean?
I love it. And it's that vulnerability too that we have to develop in especially we're Jamaicans vulnerability is not something we were taught. Yo, when I know that's something. I think that. You know what I mean? Put on the front. I mean, I got tell you the thing when it ain't.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
I'll tell you this. Somebody says it's cool. The audience will interpret what they hear. They also said over here that song that from back then you said you didn't push it here or so forth.
Yeah.
Lady said re-release. So you got to re-release that one. You know what I mean?
It's a good idea. That's a very good idea. You know, and boy, that's funny. The world is so interesting because me and my Adrian Dean was in a studio yesterday and we were talking, and then we touched a song because we understand music a bit more now, so we're approaching it from what can I say? We're having more rudiments in what we're doing, and we're saying, you know what, the way you do this in a bridging, you know, could I do it like this, you know, because you see that thing there and the thing there, and we say, yeah, man, you know what, and it feel better now, oh, the vibration nice now. Yeah. So and I said, but boy, I released that song there already, you know. Him said, yeah, but I know your song. He said that to me yesterday. Yeah. And I said, you know
Makes sense.
What? He said, your song, Virgin. No matter, just release it again.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, because I feel better now. What do you mean? And I was like, wow, yo. And I was sitting down perplexed, and then now, you know, this individual, you know, God bless you, that say, yo, just re-release it. And I agree. I totally agree. You know, sometimes, boy.
You know, some of the shackles you talk about, though?
Yeah.
It's funny, and tell me if you see this. Sometimes we're taught so much of the shackles. I don't know if you ever heard that story about the man that had the horse. And he had the horse always tied up to something. Or one day he needed to go into the store or whatever. So he tied the horse to a little plastic chair. Something light that he could just pull and walk away. But because he saw the thing tethered, he thought that he couldn't go. He didn't move. It's almost the same thing with us in terms of sometimes they hold us back or try to hold us back to the point where we actually conform and start holding ourselves back without even knowing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So much respect to the producer because, I love music to the point where I'd love to hear it in different formats, different facets. You see the whole concept of you stripping these songs down and doing the acoustic version of it?
Yeah.
I'm that guy that used to drive around with the acoustic CD. You know, I had like Maroon 5, they had the album all about Jane.
Yes.
Then there was acoustic version.
No,
and I'm rolling, brother. I'm rolling with the acoustic live one. And somebody else want to hear the full one, but it's just like my car, man.
Yeah.
So trust me.
Yes.
Now you got me wanting to hear an acoustic album from Kevin. I'm not telling no lie.
You know, I'm in the process of working on one. A good friend of mine, Helen Morgan, and I spoke with Pablo too about it too, Pablo P. I already have an album name for it. They always ask me when is the album coming out, but I won't say it.
Right, keep
it on the hush.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm working on it because it's important. I'm working on a few other things, but like I said, I took a little time off. Self-care is very, very important. Yeah. I realize that, and getting the time now. This is what I love to do, music. And as men, we have to create the space. As people, have to create the space for our passion. We have to create it. Sometimes, like I said, when I was younger, I was chasing it in a way. Reckless abandonment type of thing. Anything, because I was led by also the television, television, that was telling me that, you gotta grind out, you gotta, go, and then
sacrifice everything.
But it's not telling you, like the goose who laid the golden egg. Yeah. You have to take care of the goose. It's not about the golden egg. You'll get the eggs. Take care of the goose.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the story kind of, the guy killed the goose.
Trying to find out.
Try to get more egg, and then Theme Rich is gone. No, because...
You know how real that stuff is?
It's real, Bridget.
I remember reading that story in primary school and how profound it was then and how profound it is now. Literally. When you think back as to chasing, because, nowadays the youth them call it chasing the bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes. Back then it was chasing the dream.
Yeah.
And you're still on a mission, still on a journey.
Absolutely, brother.
Probably putting in a different way, but putting in just as much. When you think of how much time you got to take away from the fam, because the fam's deeper now, work's deeper now, so you got to take. There's more that you're taking away from than even then. Is the journey? Do you find yourself like you're chasing something different, or you think you're chasing the same? Because when you look at it, you were taken away from stuff then.
Yeah.
It's like you were robbing the piggy bank back then,
Right.
but right now you're robbing the bank. You know what I'm saying? Because it's same concept.
Yes.
Heavier grab. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. You know, it changed
Right.
for me. It changed drastically for me, and I believe that my purposeful movement now is more in tuned, so it's shaking a lot more. You know, so like last night I was in the studio till like 4:44. You know, I went there.
Stop.
Yeah, I went there at 11. I went there at 11 o'clock.
Right.
You know, in the
Musicians' hours.
in the morning. No, in the morning.
Oh.
And then
11 a.m.
11 a.m. and then past 11. If you understand where I come from. That's why I'm saying, yo, I was on it. Past 11 and then I leave 4. But, you know,
Right.
it now that I'm, you know, it was good time. And
Right.
time well spent, because now I understand that time is something you cannot get back. You know, and you have to spend it how you can spend it. And
Right.
you know, when you spend it powerfully,
Yeah.
you know, you can't get returns. And also, if you don't get returns, it's all right. You invested. You invested. So it just feels so different now. I'm going for something more. I mean, young me, you know, you think about enough things. You watch TV, you say, boy, groupie thing, and boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get the cash and the car and the, but you know, for me, you know, it's
Get my Usher on.
yeah. yeah, you see.
Easy.
Yeah, man. But now I realize how fleeting those things are, you know, and what is it that I have to say, and what is it that I have to sacrifice and give to land and leave here before I go. Right. So I'm trying to unpack. I'm in unpacking.
Right.
I am now unpacking.
That's dope.
Is he?
That's dope. That's dope. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Heavy, you know, you talk about Heavy's the head that wears a crown.
Yes, sir.
But there's a lot of, it's almost like we have these satchels and these backpacks, and as we travel through life, we pack stuff in them, thinking that we're acquiring stuff to take with us. But it keeps getting heavier.
It keeps getting
heavier. Yeah. With a whole bunch of crap that we need to release, guys. You know what I mean? I don't even wear that type of pants no more. You know what I'm saying? Acid wash ain't in no more. Yes. But I got 3 of them in the backpack.
Acid wash. Yo. That's good, miss.
And the bag heavy stuff.
Yeah, man.
Bruh, I feel you. I feel you.
Yo, this track is different. This vibe is different, and I love the change of perspective. The paradigm shift has, has been a very refreshing and welcome change for me.
I dig it, man.
Yeah,
I dig it. When was the last album released?
This one, just now?
Yeah.
You know, it's recent, May 13th.
May 13th when it came out?
It came out May 13th, but I've been sprinkling here and there things throughout the years, just, figuring out my sound, you know? Right. And I find like, some have a bigger grab than other, but I liked what I discovered with this album. Now, Dragonfly, it's called Journey of a Dragonfly. Now, Dragonfly is a symbol, is a spiritual symbol in a sense of, it means emotional maturity and growth, right? Right. The thing about a dragonfly could be flying and then stop, turn.
Yeah.
So change.
Yeah.
That's the power of the dragonfly.
Wow.
So for me, unbeknownst to, and I was working with a producer, not calling any names prior. We were working together.
Right.
And I was writing a lot of songs, and he was coming in, and he was, can we get a band feet now? And then we get to, yeah, man, we're building, right? But now in the music industry, it seems like when you're an artist, you can't produce. Meaning that no matter what you do, it seems like there's this archaic way of dealing with folks. Like you have this cycle and that's it. And I don't like
labels ain't working for you.
I don't like labels, and I do not like a restriction.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't like it. There's something about it that, I even see it in my kids.
It's stifling.
It's stifling.
Yeah.
So, but I respect that because, we can achieve and accomplish as much. We can't achieve above our own self-concept. I would say that, So if we can't see it, it's going to be hard to, because we're going to keep like the horse never really realized that he
Right.
could go beyond that,
Right.
So it's the same. It's Pavlovian conditioning type of thing,
Right.
But so I was discussing with this gentleman, like, hey, bro, you came in, I wrote the song, I'm kind of figuring out the chords, such and such, we're paying for studio time, this and that, you know what I mean? It's like we're working together, but it's like, didn't want to even give me my just due, I believe.
Right.
I honestly believe, and I know that, because within myself, I felt it.
Right.
A disrespect to my just my work, our work per se. It's not, so after like 7, 8 years of working mad songs, long time, because yeah man, we're gonna release it, man, and nothing happened. Yeah man, we're gonna release it. I have the files too, but what I did, one day I had a dream that I was being tied up with barbed wire.
Wow.
This is when Journey of the Dragonfly came to me.
Right.
I was being tied up with barbed wire, and somebody, even my own album, somebody put their face on it and said that they did it and was putting it out.
And this was a dream you were
This was a dream I had.
Wow, yeah.
And then after that dream, I woke up the next day, I called the gentleman, and I said, hey, all them songs there? You can't have them,
Right.
I said, you could have them. You could have them. I'll put them all, everything I got, and I'll put them on, and I'll just give it to you. I said, you could do whatever you want with them.
Right.
I said, I'm done. Because I did not want any of that to be. Because if, I felt strong within myself. If God gave me a talent, right, and access to the city of vibes and access to creativity, because it's a place, I believe, that when you're in the right mindset, you can pull from it, and it's a beautiful place. But anytime those other kind of corruption, you feel like you got to hold on to stuff, it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, you could have it. And then I just started to work on Journey of a Dragonfly then. I just started to write new songs, make beats, and I was just trying to grow at that point. So that's what, and it really opened my eyes too, because I now realize that, I worked years with this gentleman, and still we could not come to a common understanding that, what we're doing is a together thing, and it's not, I'm not going to be your slave, and you're not going to be my slave. We're going to put it out together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we are working together. I made sacrifices with my family.
Right.
You made sacrifices. So let's be real here. I know I'm an artist, but, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing I really believe, that we're stopping a lot of our talented people from going because of titles, like really talented people to really kind of move beyond certain things.
Yeah.
And so I don't like those. So that's when Dragonfly came about. I dropped that off. I let it go. Right. And I haven't looked back at those songs that I'm tempted every now and then to reproduce and so forth. But I believe in energy.
Right.
I believe in energy. So there's certain things that feel away, and I don't want to touch it in a sense. And I know that if it's to come out, it will. If it's to come out, it will. So I'm going with that kind of mystical, but that's how I operate. I hear things, I feel things, and I move. So that's when Dragonfly came about, man. Because after so long of working on something, and I don't know how he feels, the individual. I don't know how he feels, because ultimately I isolated myself after that, because I realized that it just wasn't good for me in my spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And health is wealth.
Oh yeah.
And so I needed to feel healthy again. I needed to know that the talent was still there. It's funny. Individuals tell me, "Man, how come your voice not changed, Bridget?"
And that's what I'm saying. It does not. And here's the other thing about it is not just that your voice is changing again. Most folks, some of our biggest legends, right, need to credit the engineers a lot more, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna call it what it is. You know what I mean? Some of the engineers get more props, because when you outside of the studio there, in front, and I'll tell you this. When I came up with the concept of doing this show, I had to put a disclaimer out, because I do know that, once there's a microphone, a lot of people want to come and do their thing. Yeah. I cannot be responsible for you messing up what you got going, right? So something I got to save somebody from themselves. So my disclaimer was, don't be mad at me, but it ain't for everybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
To be able to give their gift, and I've been listening to you for years, so I know you can do that. But me I tell you, say, some of our biggest legends, when we hear them song in the dance, I be a lighter still, so
Yeah.
you don't want to hear them. Just a microphone and a guitar. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I understand.
Brother.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's true. You're talking the truth. You're talking the
It is
truth.
what it is, yeah.
Because there's two different eras. There's recording artists and there's performing artists, you know?
Yep.
There's two different eras. And you're so right, man. You're so right.
Credit the engineer, give him a raise.
Yeah. Bring it by the road, you know?
But I'll tell you this though, there's so much to unpack in what you just said, so because that happens so much in terms of the whole crazy dichotomy when music is being created and anything is being created.
Yes.
You know, I have this thing that I always say: if you don't have 100% control, you got no control, right? If you share whatever, you're sharing every, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a child. No matter what the circumstances, I just fear picnic, and I just fear picnic. It's always y'all's child. I'm through with picnic.
I feel it, yeah.
Except, of course, you know how the ladies roll. When when the kid gets a master's, it's her kid.
A good look from a child.
Look from a child. Let him go to jail. That's your boy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen.
See what your son did?
I got to be careful now because, we're not talking about our audience. It's just,
No,
this
it's
happens
it's Timmy.
sometimes.
But nah. But it happens too much.
Too much, man.
People trying to, and the unfortunate thing is, we get so much oppression from the proverbial system that it hurts a lot more when you're getting that oppression from your peers.
From your peers.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That tie up, that restriction that you get from Babylon, you're supposed to get it from Babylon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you ain't supposed to get it from your peers.
Listen, that's one, I kind of live by that rule too. I believe, like, even with a family, we go out every day for war. Mm-hmm. We go out for war. We're dealing with different folks, different belief systems, different ways of life, and so forth. And we have to protect ourselves when we're out there. But when we come home and take off that armor, we shouldn't be getting attacked. We should, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe in that. Yeah. I really believe in that. But then now, I don't want to get too deep, but in terms of the word us, right? Yeah. I've also taken liberty in redefining what us means to me. Mm-hmm. Because, we have different walks in life, and the color sometimes, or even where we're from sometimes, still there's still a separate walk that's involved. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And so, tribe, who is a part of your tribe? Wow. You know what I mean? And I like that term so much better because our way of life, our way of thinking, upliftment, it feels good. It is good. Your body's responding. Your mind is responding. We're expanding. We're growing. We're protecting. We're teaching. We're educating. All of these things are happening in this space, and that's the space where I want to spend the rest of my life. Right. You know what I mean? And I want to protect that space.
Nah, you have to. Yeah. And that's what I was getting at earlier when I said sometimes you got to be selfish.
You have to be.
You have to be selfish. You can't always be selfless. You got to, you have a sanctuary, and you sometimes your job is to guard it. Yes. You know what I mean? I tell people this, not everybody's going to come to my house. You know what I'm saying? We can meet at the office. Right. We could meet out. We could be in a Starbucks. Right. You know what I mean? But that word you used earlier, which is energy. Yeah. You got to be able to discern that energy from jump and realize. And wow. Homegrown with G. Cole started at the house, hence the name Homegrown, right? I remember a day that I had folks come in and the energy was so heavy, the decision was made that day. Wow. That I have to take it outside of the house. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, because yes, I have the studio set up at the house, but that's also where family is. That's where my peace is. That's where my peace of mind is. Yeah. And I can't import negative energy because it's one thing that energy's knocking at your door. It's one thing for me to open the door and say, yo, come on in. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we got to be, I got this late, John, them people, them say they want another tune.
I want another two. Okay, what if I think? No.
Oh my, come here.
Let me give me some.
Stop, no, Lord, the man going that through. It's so easy, you know.
Yeah, that's
But if I hear it out, tell Barry, say, "Yo, Barry, give me one more." I don't hear it. But bro, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I love the approach that you take.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I mean? And it reflects in the music primarily because I don't even think of, there's certain times when music come out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get it because it come out the album. They're not calling the artist name. It's the buzz.
It's the buzz
at the moment, right?
Right.
But the buzz subsides.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have some big albums that I'll never put in my CD player again. Right. But then there's some albums that are part of your soul. It's just music.
Yeah.
So you gotta pick it up at any given time based on how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And I've been feeling that connection with the latest album, but that Simply Kehv joint is still there.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Hey, yeah, man, I tell you, the world and life is so interesting because I've been hearing that.
Yeah.
A lot of folks been telling me, man, yo, that album is a classic, bro.
It is.
And I definitely believe so.
Yeah.
I definitely believe so. But yeah, wow.
It is. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
But there's some things coming. I'm not at liberty to fully say or disclose per se, but life has been a lot, really inspiring lately. Really inspiring. So I'm hoping to bring some new fruits from the harvest.
Cool,
to folks. Although dragonfly is a new fruit per se.
It's pretty new.
It's pretty new.
Yeah.
But I've released those songs like, you have Forgive Me, that's been playing for a while, different things like that. But now I just feel like I'm in another space. And I've spent the last 2 months really owning in on just the little things.
Right.
Simple things. So I really do give thanks for this opportunity that you gave me, though.
Pleasure's mine, bro. Pleasure's mine.
To just talk and play a little bit, talk to the people and tell my story. Sometimes I want to talk about my story, to be honest with you, because I think it's interesting.
It's very, for me sitting back, again, for as long as me know him and I know the story,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just know the tunes.
Yeah.
And of course, life is what it is right now, so especially since being removed from the stage and then there's COVID and all kind of things. Sometimes I'm going to see you on Facebook or I'm going to see you on social media or something, but it's very rare that I'm going to get the opportunity. So it's
That's true, brother.
I've been meaning to, and even somebody was hitting me up on social media saying, yeah, I need you to talk to somebody. I'm like, ooh. I need to talk to Kehv. I'm like, you mean Kehv? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I already got it. I don't remember who the person was. Okay. But I was like, I'm already going to, it's in my intention to do so.
Right, I see. But nothing happened before its time.
Nothing before its time.
Nothing before its time.
So, I again, I forgot to go through my messages to see who it is again. I just saw I'm getting old, so I keep forgetting. But wow. See, hey, not like I said, that's my theory for everything. You gotta have an excuse, that's the only plausible excuse that people accept.
Yeah,
anything you mess up, you're like, yo, I can't do that no more. Getting old.
That's true.
Anything else, they're gonna be like, man, get out of here.
Yo, move.
Can't do it. Getting old. My little niece the other day, she was like, hey, I used to pick her up and I said, I'm giving you the Jesus. I used to do this. The other day she comes, she's like, Uncle, can you do that? I'm like, nah. I'm getting old. I said, if I try to do that right now, I'm going to go to Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things there. Ladies and gentlemen. It is Kehv. Kehv, we need a drop thing there because I need these people to follow you and keep up with you and what you do. Again, we have this crazy appetite and mindset when it comes to music, especially reggae music, Jamaican music, where you drop the album Monday and the man end up on it, but by Friday and then you know nothing new. Me not like something there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like I love it when an artist can enjoy it. Sometimes I don't even know if you get as an artist when you put out, Journey for Dragonfly, do you get a moment to soak it in and enjoy it, or you are automatically on to the next thing, whether pushed on to the next thing or you choose to go on to the next thing?
Well, the Dragonfly story is interesting, but I actually just keep going.
So you just keep going down the street?
I keep going because, in the mixing and in the making of it, I've listened to it a lot of times.
Oh, so you've had your fill.
And then so I try to. It's almost like when I'm cooking at home, like let's say when I'm a grill or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Sometimes, like if I'm having a function at my home, after the making of the food and everything, I'm usually the last person to eat.
Right.
And it's not because it's just I like to just watch people enjoy the food. If they say, oh, it need a little bit of this, I say, oh, okay, you like it like that. Oh, I need okay, you like it like. Oh, it tastes good. Yeah, all right. I kind of sit back and I just watch I like to watch the consumption of it, what it does over time. So that's my enjoyment ultimately. And I listen to my fans and folks who, like you're saying, who are invested in my career and my journey. Like they'll let me, hey, yo, Bridget, don't do that again, or do that. I listen because, that's the village.
Right.
That's the tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, each one teach one.
Of course.
So I flow like that, and so.
And they mean well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, one of the most beautiful lessons that I learned is perspective. Like, right now we're 3, 2. You and I were 2 stars in the galaxy moving around, and different forces are acting upon us, or 2 planets within our own axis, and we communicating, but I don't know the inner workings of the force that's pushing you.
Right.
I just know that somehow all of these forces together, and we're not colliding. We're actually sharing some level of energy that keeps us moving. So I'm not getting into your planet. I'm not going to try to ransack your planet and take it over to run like my planet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to be flowing in my space.
Right.
You're going to be flowing your space. You know what I'm saying? Something come off of you, you say, yo, do this, Bridget, and I'm going to just take it down and say, all right. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let me see how my planet deals with it. But,
Right.
Yeah, man. So I live on that.
Right.
That perspective is so important. So I realize everybody got it. And it's okay. And you should.
Deep.
Yeah.
I love that. Yo, sometimes, that's why I tell people, having a microphone and doing this on a day in and a day out, I mean, I'm not calling the name, but I tell you something, I talk to some people sometimes when I'm done in my life. I burn brain cell, when I'm done, and when I come into the room. I was keeping it a buck, you know what I mean? So it's always dope to have a conversation with somebody that's a little enlightening. And of course, give thanks to the music, man. I mean,
I'm trying to find something.
You try get him another thing?
Yeah, my work find something. Go on,
go on, read.
Go on, talk. Now your background.
Some production are going right now.
Yeah, figure something.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, chopping it up with Kev. All right. Remember to follow the man on social media. We're gonna get the social media info before we get off of here. But Bevelin, big up. Bobby Dean, let me shout out all the folks on here. Camille, Nancy, large up. All right, Carol, Malcolm, everybody. Who else am I missing out here? Latanya, big up yourself. Who else? Kojo, go on, fam. Dina, a lot of folks. Pablo, Cheryl, Donovan, Stacy. Listen, thank you all so much, man. Thank you so much. Julian Lee. We chopping it up with Kev, and again, it's Kehv. The album Journey of a Dragonfly is out right now. I've been soaking it in and enjoying it to the max. Me know I'm gonna enjoy it too. Soak it in. All right. And then the album Simply Kev. That's the first one. Donovan say, Yosh Kev, you're gonna play my favorite tune. Every day I rise, give thanks to Jah.
Oh, he's talking about
that's Jordan, right?
No, man. Jah woke me up this morning and sipping on the cup of life. It's a good thing to see the sun rising. So blessed to be alive. You may not like my style, but I know Jah is watching me. It keeps me firm and strong and in my stride. Even when I seem to lose my way and darkness fall, it keeps me covered in the breath of life. Jah woke me up this morning again. That one there. Sipping from the cup of life. You never hear that one there?
No.
It's a good thing. Oh, there was a time that a brief moment in my career, I said, let me try my other name, my Everton.
Yeah.
That one came out on the Everton.
Oh, okay.
Jamanin.
So that means that he's going back.
Yo, I'm telling you, it's that's what I mean. Like the supporters that my family, my tribe, strong.
Yeah.
I love them just as much as they love me, and they always tell me what they believe and think. And I like honesty. Honesty is a potent, it's a good medicine. Honesty is nice. I like it.
But ain't that something though where you do the music and sometimes you don't remember about it.
Yeah.
You just keep it going and you don't know how somebody's holding on to that and be like, yo, that's the joint.
Bridget, may I try to find something right now? I tell her.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? me know say. Me know something, but it's just not.
It's not coming.
No, it's coming. Give me a second.
No, man, do your thing.
Give me. But Jaman is one I love. That one is, man. There's a lot of songs, but
man, well, him can't say him never get him true.
Him never get me sing a bit. Me sing a bit.
Him can't say him never get him true.
Yeah. Me not like my style, but I know just. Yeah, that song nice, As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to do one with Donovan,
Really? He produces?
Yeah.
He's a producer?
Yeah, Yo, Jamaicans are full of very talented.
All right, we do all kind of things.
I'm a family,
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so he got the inside track.
Yeah,
Okay. Some Martha Stewart stuff going on. Some insider trading going on.
Yeah, exactly. But, in cooking style, in slow roast.
Right. Cool, man. Rotisserie. I love it. Beverly said, big up to the artist, Kehv. Great combo.
All right.
Love the music.
All right, we're going to do a cappella. I'm going to put this down. You don't mind?
No. It's your world. Your world.
No,
hey, Hope, how are you? Gail, how are you? Nah, I'm your world, brother.
All right. This one's called Conscious Farmer. Mm-hmm. So I don't have the backup, but I'm just going to go ahead and just sing it.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Plant a seed and let it grow. You reap just what you sow. For those who want to know, I'm a conscious farmer. 'Cause this is revelation time. We're living in Laodicean time. Melodies to help you free your mind. 'Cause I'm a conscious farmer. For those of us who have to work a 9 to 5, still struggling to stay alive, and the people's on the blocks toting clocks 'cause they think that's the only way. Yeah. For those who have to hold their family down, keep a smile, not to frown. Blessed are the peacemakers, 'cause they shall see Jah, Jah. Plant a seed and let it grow. You reap just what you sow. For those who want to know, I'm a conscious farmer. 'Cause this is revelation time. We're living in Laodicean time. Melodies to help you free your mind. 'Cause I'm a conscious farmer. In the last days, be careful. Can't be careless with your verbals. You gotta be conscious about the way you treat your neighbors. And the use them nowadays, I get misunderstood. Stereotyping many lifestyles up in Hollywood, yeah. And now the chips are getting down. And every man I wear a frown around. What about the next generation? Plant a seed and let it grow. You reap just what you sow. For those who want to know, I'm a conscious farmer. Yes, 'cause this is revelation time. We're living in Laodicean time. Melodies to help you free your mind. 'Cause I'm a conscious farmer. Give thanks. Amen.
Conscious farmer.
Yeah, man.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Make
Donovan,
music,
yeah, so
make
we are
music.
block Donovan though. We are block Donovan now.
What block?
Donovan try to take off for the Donovan said, man, I'm looking for the files right now. You don't set yourself up. Right? Donovan, I look
Yeah,
for the
man.
files right now.
Yeah, man. You
Man
don't
said,
know.
I'm still want to hear Jalove, but you just sung Jalove.
No, but I was, why? It might go. Wow.
He might have stepped away. Donovan, guess what? You missed the thing.
Yeah.
You missed the thing.
Conscious, conscious. Him love conscious. Jalove is different from Jamanin.
Oh, okay. My bad. Donovan. My bad.
He
knows this stuff.
And then guess what? Jalove was never released.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is there intentions to release it?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I'm backtracking now.
Right.
You know, and I'm trying to really get. All right, you know, I'm gonna say something else. It just kind of came to me. Just a little part of my story that I realized that. So there was this, a young lady that was a part of the reggae song competition with me, Nika. In any event, she played the African drum. She performed with me in the Marley Fest. You know what she told me during that time? And I didn't know what she was going through. God rest her soul.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't know what she was going through, but she told me, hey, listen, you know, the journey that you're on, make sure you just document everything that's going on with you and so forth, because you never know when. And I didn't know what what was happening, and she was in such a peaceful place, beautiful spirit.
Right.
You know, and
Wow.
it was her time,
Right.
per se.
Right.
Not quite sure, and it doesn't matter how
Right.
it burnt out as far as her earthly existence, because you know, energy is neither destroyed or created but transferred. So I don't know.
Right.
But just that whole thing. But he's bringing up some things, and I just realized that. I mean, there's a lot to take care of, man.
Right.
So I'm not even, I don't know what I'm chasing, because I don't believe I'm chasing anymore.
Right.
I'm honestly in the process of being, if
Right.
that makes sense. I just want to do.
Right.
Just be, because, man, so those people crossed my paths, and they said stuff that just stuck with me, and then now, you know, in the midst of the pandemic or tail end, I'm not even quite sure. It taught me that family is important, man.
Right.
Family is important. Your people is important, and you know.
Wow.
Yeah, your people is important, and so. Yeah, so Donovan, man, give thanks. He's bringing up some stuff. I'm sorry to keep bringing it to that.
No, it's cool. I just got a lot of Donovan because I think him not dropping the same tune.
No, man,
but Donovan knows his stuff.
He knows the intricacies, and like I said, I really do respect the perspectives that I've been given. So give thanks, Donovan. You don't know,
Donovan be showing up on the hard drive though. Be like, yo, I got the files.
you go get a file link soon. I'll upload.
Large up yourself, Donovan.
Yeah.
Isn't that I feel like that's the wonderful thing about creating music from or creating anything from our pure place, our real place. Because we're talking about songs right now. You're saying not released. You're thinking of probably digging in the archives and bringing some stuff up that are years old, but are as relevant today, and even from a melodic standpoint, you know, everything's still fresh and whatnot.
Right.
Especially in the avenue of reggae music, where, you know, the tenure ain't that great. You know what I mean? It fades out next week. You know, because we're so faddish and trendy that it don't last forever. But I mean, damn, for the archives like that.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you. Well, do you consider reggae and dancehall the same?
Well, let me answer it this way, because I generally I get the question I get the most is this: should dancehall have its own category, like in the Grammys and all them things, right? Which will come right back around to that. And to me, it's a no. The reason why is more from a business standpoint than anything else, right? Is reggae dancehall? No. Is dancehall reggae? No. Right. But dancehall comes from the tree. It's a fruit from the tree, right? However, dancehall is not created in a way that it can sustain any category, anything by itself. You know, for example, when the last, not this one, but previous to the Grammys came out, well, even this last Grammy, somebody said, well, dancehall should have done one category. My question was, okay, cool. Tell me 6 dancehall album.
Right.
They couldn't.
They can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Reggae and you see, dancehall is coming from being a place. 'Cause remember, it's a genre now, but it's really a place.
Yeah, the
where the
dancehall.
reggae was played.
Where the reggae was.
Right? So what dancehall has become right about now is the party avenue. Unfortunately, it's misappropriated and used to retort negative stuff, but that's in every genre, right? But it's where the party vibes and the energy go. But the depth, the solid depth, is really in the reggae music.
Wow.
You know, so as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
the house, the umbrella is reggae music. Dancehall thing, it's more faddish. And look on it this way: how many dancehall artists that you've got their tunes can you listen to it the next year?
Wow.
Not very many. No disrespect.
No, it's true. And you know, wow.
It's just the real.
Yeah.
But the reggae music though.
Yeah.
But style of life and energies, we talk about energy a lot.
Yeah.
There's a reason why some music fast and some music slow, I know. In the slower music, people are gonna listen. In the faster music, they kinda are not. So you can get away with the garbage and the nonsense in the in the up-tempo vibes,
Right.
and also surrounded by a whole bunch of different sounds and a throw-off and whatever. So now you get zoned into just the energy and the vibe. And don't get me wrong, I dig it, you know, because I love it too.
Yeah, man, of course.
But the food, the slow-cooked, simmered food, that's reggae.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The soup,
Yeah.
a reggae. The callaloo, a reggae. The pumpkin, a reggae.
Soup.
Jano, brother. The fish, a reggae.
Yeah.
Dancehall is a nice tasty party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a vibe and you go hold it and whatever. But don't be bringing that home to the fam, try to feed them party at night time because you find yourself without a fam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just saw the thing set up.
Wow.
The views of G. Cole does not represent those of, you know.
Yo, listen. No, I have another controversial thought process I just like to bring up. I don't think it's very controversial, but it came up today. I was speaking with someone, and they were just asking me, was it you, Chico?
Probably not. I'm going to deny it right out of the bat. Even if it was me, I'm going to say no.
Like, you know, there's something about you saying dancehall. Dancehall brings a certain spirit. Like, you notice like they have the gospel dancehall now, right? Well, not now, but they've been having it.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna enter dancehall, you can't just be a regular person. Almost, you have to have some level of grit. It's
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, where did that come from?
I
I don't know. You understand?
I know
what I'm
exactly
saying?
what you mean.
The representation.
To the point where people are falsified.
Right.
People who know nothing about street life creating a street life.
Right.
I think so we have the theory, which it is true, that hip hop was birthed from dancehall, right?
True.
It was not. It was birthed from the creator of dancehall, as far as I'm concerned. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that I created this doesn't mean because I'm gonna create that, this one off of the other. Personally, yes, the same brother create the thing, but I refuse to correlate the two on any other avenue except the fact that they are the sound of the street. It have a certain vibe and whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the Cool Herc thing, Jamaican. Yes, he originated by the whole sound system concept, but it doesn't mean that one came from the other. He created them, but it don't mean that one come from the other, right? Wow. But that's just my opinion. Now, when it comes to the whole dancehall thing, now, it's again, it goes right back to sustenance. The sustenance. I could probably name 10 dancehall artists that gives sustenance.
I see.
But I could probably name you 1,000 reggae artists that give you sustenance. And here's the part of it that makes it really annoying. The dancehall artists that give you sustenance are the names you know. I can give reggae names that you don't know. A perfect example. I'm going to give you a perfect example.
Wow.
There are people watching who don't know or did not know who Kehv was.
Absolutely.
But the music is sustenance. So I don't need to know you to enjoy this music. When me I listen to the stuff, there have been years I ain't seen you.
True.
You all right? But I'm listening to the music. Whereas for a lot of the artists for other genres, and it's not just dancehall, I gotta see you. You know what I'm saying? Or you have to give me the thing. I say, yo, this have a new tune.
Wow.
Because the other one lasted 4 hours.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Again, no disrespect. Dirty Rock, a big hits on it. When was the last time you had the urge to pick up a Dirty Rock CD and put it in? Mark your, and I'm an artist that.
I hear you.
But Till Shiloh came out years before that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I get the urge to pop a Till Shiloh in every day.
Wow.
I just saw it go.
Wow.
Donovan said we need another session with Kevin. That is absolutely true. He also says, don't say that. Sounds like what they said about rap 20 years ago. True, but here's the deal. Why I'm gonna continue to say that? Dancehall is more than 20 years old, and it ain't where rap is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. Here's the reality of it. Hip hop. Yes, there's conscious stuff and the origins and whatever, but hip hop has always, from its inception, been a glorifier of material and success and the bling and the bling, right? Whereas dancehall was not, right? It's just like reggae is not.
Right.
So if you ever think the day is going to come when reggae or dancehall will be as lucrative as reggae, as R&B or hip hop, it'll never happen, because it was not based on that.
Right. That'll never happen.
It'll never. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna eat that food. And there are rich reggae artists.
That's a meme.
But compare, it will never.
Yeah.
Compare your top hip hop artist to your top reggae artist and put them on the same show. Yeah. One is probably getting 10, 15, 20 times the amount the other does.
Yeah.
Because the market and what you do and how you drive it is based in commercialism.
Commercialism. Yeah.
Reggae based in kumbaya and spiritual energy and we love you.
Right.
And let's barter. You know what I mean? We're not try rich. That's unfortunately that's how it started off.
Boy. That sounds like competing commitments, you know, because, you know, sometimes, not most time, as a musician, you want to get paid, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So though, you're right. If we're talking to kumbaya, you know, promoters and stuff is gonna think the kumbaya to say, "Yo, man, just give me a little piece. That's just cool."
And that we ain't with though.
Right.
Promoters don't come play that game there.
You see what I'm saying?
It's worth. Don't get me wrong. It's worth its weight in gold.
It is.
But at the end of the day, it's just how the things are set up. I give you one last example before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
Food is food. Some people are great at cooking. You take your girl into a French restaurant tomorrow, right? And come out with a $200 bill between a couple bottles of wine, some food, whatever case may be.
Nice.
And you don't say nothing, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, back in my head, well, damn, I should have gone on the ground. You know what I mean? But it's not, but you ain't really tripping because that's what it is.
Right.
You go in a Jamaican restaurant the next day and get the baddest steamed fish you ever get in your life.
Yeah.
She a Babylon, so she a eat her oxtail. Baddest oxtail she get in her life. You know? I say, my wife, that is. I say, I call her Babylon all day. Yeah. Right? You come out, you still get the same two bottles of wine.
Yeah.
But the check come to $90.
Yeah.
Right? And you feel robbed. Think about, I mean, that's a we know. I'm just saying that's a concept. People feel robbed
I know what you
when
mean.
they just got better food.
Right.
Probably enjoyed it more. Right, but it's just that we always pushed the culture as lesser than in the value.
Yeah.
So no matter how you slice it and dice it, at this point in time, there's no way you're going to equate it on the scale.
Yeah. You know what I would say? I'd say this, because I like what you're saying, because it's manifested right now, you know? And I would say that we should hope. We may not live the reality of, I hope I get a piece, but we should start to, you know, for everybody listening, we should start supporting each other.
Yep.
You know, come to, you know, the restaurants. If you buy, you know value.
Yep.
Because value is value. You understand? When you get a good food and so forth and a good time, pay for it. It's okay. Because here's the thing, what's going on. We as a people sometimes go to the wrong places and spend our money. And we're afraid to spend our money with each other.
Exactly.
But then when things broke down, we're still in the same bucket. You understand what I said? So we might as well just spin it amongst ourselves and get us...
Share the wealth in the community.
Within the community. Yeah. And I'm big on that. You know, that's why I said what, because I go to Jamaican restaurants. Me want taste what you have.
But I go to Jamaican restaurants more than anything else.
You see what I said?
Even though the service sucks, because so that kind of food, I have enough expertise, right?
Yeah, man.
We be treating people are treating their restaurant like I beg you, like
you come for beg.
I'm like
out of the kitchen.
I'm like, but yes, still I'm back there tomorrow,
right? Because the food is good.
Because the food is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just the mindset, because I've seen so many people try to do that with Jamaican restaurants, create a higher end Jamaican restaurant.
Yeah.
And our people just ain't with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm gonna talk the masses, because they say if we go in there, because remember, the people who do pay the money is not us, because it's just like our music. You see, when we artists, we come for here,
Yeah.
Other people come for your music.
Yeah.
So Kehv, nobody's seen Kehv in the Ukraine.
Right.
Wrong choice of words. All right.
Yeah.
In Poland. Wrong choice of words. All right. Let's go Portugal. Let's go to Portugal. Yeah. Right. So I like Portugal. Right. Yeah. Say that Lisbon. Right. About no, they've never heard Kehv. Right. But they come out because a reggae artist, and I heard that and I went on iTunes and think, turn up.
Right.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna listen to Kehv perform for 2 hours. Get me feel, enjoy it, vibe with what I want. Right. Yeah. Take the same crowd now, go Jamaica or Miami or anywhere where the diaspora is heavy. Right. They are there listening to Kehv, because Sizzla is also on the bill. So I tolerate Kehv till Kalonji come on. Because we want artists. That's true. We don't want music. Same thing with the whole. Yeah. We got to fix that.
Yeah. I definitely agree. And we're putting it out there because I believe in change, which is the only, one of the surviving constants in this universe, the change, you know. Like I said, we may not see the tree that, from the seed that we plant, but ultimately, I believe we should push as a people to that direction, to understand that it's normal to support each other. Yeah. It's absolutely normal.
And if we don't, who should we expect?
Right. I mean, like I said, I love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you're a master at your craft, thanks. And you have multiple talents, actually. You know?
I do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the bag. Man. No, I ain't playing. I'm trying to get to the bag.
Amen. Amen. But you get me? Give people them flowers while they're alive, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? If you love what somebody's doing, show your appreciation. Go there. Even not push a like. Yeah. Buy a this, refer that, and so forth. Because, it's time. It's full time. We can't wait. For that, I want my flowers now. I'll say it, right? I want my flowers now.
That's what I'm saying. I tell my daughter all the time. I want my stuff now. My job and my life is not to work so that I can make you rich later on. I'm gonna leave you a little something. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted. I am not here to just make you live good later. Yeah. My brother wants some stuff too.
Exactly.
Kev, get him your social media.
Yeah, man. Okay, so my angle is Kehv, Kehv Music. Music spelled the same way. So Kehv Music. That's Instagram. Facebook.com/Kehv Music, Kehv Music. You could check out my website, and there's links there. KehvMusic.com, KehvMusic.com. And you can find me there. TikTok is still Kehv Music. You'll find me there. And, stream my stuff, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, everything. You could really find it there. And just come and interact with me, man. I love to talk to you guys here and there, and
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
Love it. Buy the music, all right?
Yeah, man.
Streaming the thing, stream cute. Download sexy. Download the music, all right? Download the thing and start the foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and full of lyrics.
I'm just saying. Them streams are cute, boy, but music are cheap, here.
Yeah, man.
And my brother, first of all, thank you so much for passing through. Oh, man. Blessing the host, I'm blessing the masses watching. Again, I'm a re-ear it, because I know, like I said, we got some stuff going on. I'm gonna re-ear it for the masses them see and hear, and all the people in Radio Land right about now. Y'all got the special joint. But once more, thanks. I hope the people go out there and support the vibe. As a matter of fact, you're working on some other stuff. When you're done, if you want to do a whole acoustic vibe, we'll go to rooftop. You know what I mean? We can set up. We do the rooftop. We can do whatever the case may be. We'll make it happen.
Absolutely, man. I love that. Thank you very much, man.
Pleasure.
Likewise, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kehv. All right, again, Kehv. I want Kehv the boat. No matter how mix up the thing. You understand me? No more Kehv than their road. I want Kehv. You know what I mean? What Eminem said, will the real Slim Shady still please stand up? I want Kev. I'm out. All right, Homegrown with G Cole. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're there. Social media, it's at my G Cole, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Jamaicans.com, big up on yourself. Radio Land, Rubber Ranks Radio. Everybody, I gotta go. Thank y'all so much.